Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is a speaker and author of several books on relationships. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. The way to get a sexy, fine man. Ladies, because you know what I've noticed? It's interesting because, let's be real. Y'all want those, like, really great-looking dudes, awesome dudes. Well, some of y'all. And I mean, even though there's plenty of good guys out there who might not necessarily be sexy fine, but I'm going to get into that in my next podcast, right? Some of y'all insist, I got to get that sexy fine man, that Shamar Moore-looking dude, or Boris Kojo type of dude and stuff. Yeah, it was some hoo-ha with his wife, but, I know plenty of women will say, hey, Boris, I'm okay with you. Yeah, but that was, in that situation was deeper than a lot of people even could see, but we won't get into it. But anyway, right? You want to get that sexy, fine dude. And, I hear a lot of women especially. A lot of women be like, telling y'all how to run some game on these guys. Well, first of all, you can't really run game on these guys. Right? You can't run game. Seriously, that's a waste of time. And it's a waste of time for one simple reason. They done seen everything. Like, a lot of these sexy fine dudes, they were initiated by older women, like when they were teenagers. Some of them pre-teenagers. So they've been having women throw it at them all their lives. They used to it. Anything you run, they seen it at some point, and it ain't gonna work. Now, there are like women who, the dude to go crazy over, and he wants him, but the woman he wants her, but the woman for whatever reason don't want him. Don't try to run that. That only works when the woman legitimately just don't want him. Like, everybody else think he's sexy fine, but don't try to pretend like it. Don't try to pretend. No, any pretense, any games don't work on these guys. But it's actually it's easy, but it's hard depending on you to get these guys. Now, the way to get them, and believe it or not, is not having money or even being sexy. Because this dude been having women throw money at him. A lot of these dudes, if they don't could decide to like get into the gigolo game, right? So they used to having women throwing it. And sexy women, they've been catching that since they were young. Sometimes sexy teachers or something, So that don't do it. But the way to do it is simple. And I know y'all say, damn, Rom, it's been about 3 minutes. You ain't said it yet. I know. I like creating, I like stretching it out a bit. But, so drum roll. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do it right. Anyway, right? The way to get a sexy fine man is to click with his personality. Yeah, that's it. Now, here's the only bad part for any woman chasing him. If y'all personalities don't click, you ain't getting them, period. But if your personalities click, he's going to pay attention, right? Seriously, just it. Personality. Because I'm going to tell you what. When women chasing those type of guys, or fiending for them or something, a lot of women are just like men chasing dimes. Don't be caring about the personality. In fact, I wrote a book for men called Meeting Attractive Women, and I said, look, okay, they're attractive. See what they into, And it's not just his personality, right? That's the base. Like, I have, like, if he has, I don't know, say he has kind of a personality where he's cool and calm all the time, right? You have to have a personality that clicks with that. Or say if he's like an intellectual type, you got to have a personality that clicks like that, Or he the party type of guy, you got to have a personality that clicks with that type of man, right? And that's just the base. I mean, that's the basic thing if you click. Because, see, here's the thing. Now, I've talked on my men's channel. Well, it was on my Patreon. And I've told guys to like check for women who, well, Patreon and on my main channel, basically I tell men to check for their tribe. And see, the tribe ain't just a physical thing, but it's a mental thing. And that's the same thing with women. When y'all come up, like in seeing your DNA to definitely be attracted to certain types of men, and then your imprint. But there's also a personality component to that you're going to naturally click with. Like you ever just meet that guy and y'all just click. And it don't got nothing to do with his looks, his money, any of that outer stuff, his style. You just click with him. It's like y'all talk easily. You don't have to force anything. Y'all don't have to think what the line is. Y'all just flow. You know, y'all might have a similar sense of humor or something, right? Or something. So, and that's the base. That's the base. You click with him, but then you expand that into what does he value? See, and I've noticed, I've talked with a lot of dudes who would be considered sexy fine. In fact, the men who supported my book, Nice Guys and Players, when it came out first, were the guys that, you know, in my book I labeled as Mr. Good Bars. You know, the guys, look, they ain't need help getting it. They were trying to get out of it. They were getting so many women, it was crazy. And the most common thing they would say, a woman wouldn't try to actually get to know them. They worried about that outside part. They busy staring at how fine they are, how nice their eyes look, you know, their height or body build or something, right? And they saying that. But all of these guys got more going on. Every single one of them. Now, you get some detractors who be trying to say, particularly other men be trying to call them all these names, but that's just a competition thing. You get these guys who are all over the spectrum. They ain't always a bunch of bums. There's some in there, definitely, but you get some who also got advanced degrees or something. You know, and I remember I did an official study because, as I said on my men's channel, I actually do research. I don't just do stuff. All the stuff I talk about ain't just my personal opinion. You know, if it's my personal opinion, I always focus it on, I always say, look, this is me. I always talk about myself, but general stuff, I research it. I consistently talk with men and women about what's going on in their relationships, general stuff, and I just catalog it. And that's coming from my educational background, right? So I remember I put an ad in a local DC paper, and I wanted to hear from people who at least thought they were extremely attractive. It was in the Washington City paper back in the 90s, and I actually talked with some people, men and women. But it's interesting what the men said and the men who responded. I had one dude he was pretty much a rocket scientist. And then another dude, he was an attorney, and he was talking about all the stuff. But my point with that is they all have jobs they get into. They all have things they passionate about. They ain't just like zombies or, you know, empty shells. They ain't airheads, because I know a lot of very attractive women don't like being seen as airheads or dumb or something. Well, the men are the same way. These men got stuff they value. You know, it's what they live. What's their desire? And it's not always just music and partying and stuff. And even then, the ones who do that is business. Like I knew one dude women went crazy over. This dude was a businessman. In fact, I had mentioned him several times on my business channel. And the women were telling me about him. The women were telling me. But this dude was, he had owned like multiple business. He had a business chain. He sold like buffalo wings. And he had like 3 spots from scratch. And then, you know, and another thing about him was his spiritual beliefs. See, that's another thing. You know, that's a value thing. Because you dealing with that guy, and most of these guys got some type of spiritual path they walk. They got some type of spiritual path they walk and want to get into. I mean, it could be everything from Christian, Muslim, Hebrew Israelite. You know, some might go like a step beyond in all of those. Metaphysician, you know, African traditionalists, whatever. They got religions and all of that. And they got stuff that they like. They got stuff that bother them. They've been through some stuff. And when a man is looking, or like a man is looking for a woman, let's be real. And look, we ain't going to play around. Yeah, we like that physical thing and everything. Yeah, definitely. But then a man who get multiple women after a while, once he gets used to the physical thing and getting very attractive women, he start looking at the value, especially as he get older. Because he like, shoot, been there, done that. What does she value? Do our personalities click? That's why a lot of times you'll see a dude like that. And there was actually a magazine that came. I should have kept a copy of it. It was by a woman, and they were focused on the sexy fine dudes, and they actually had an article in it about like these like very attractive men marrying like plain Janes or something. They were trying to figure it out. Why they made her plain? What? She got him through her personality. She clicked. That's it. And really, that should be the like standard for any relationship. Like when I deal in relationships, I look for the click. If I got to force something, I'm like, well, we can't deal with each other. Seriously, that personality click is significant, and that's the way to get them. Don't get them through how fine you are, because he's used to it, or trying to like throw some money in it. He's used to it. Get him through his head. Be the type of person he likes talking to and he's comfortable talking with. Yeah, like your personalities click. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, it can work, but it's not work. If y'all don't click, y'all just don't click. Don't force it. And if you just want to just have sex with him real quick, he down for it, fine. But don't think anything else. But if you trying to hook him, and some women are, you got to click with him. And you got to match his values. You got basically, in a nutshell, you got to be that type of person he likes dealing with outside the bedroom. Like he likes dealing with, he likes talking with you. Y'all got the same value, like similar values and everything. All right? So, that's all I got for today, ladies. But, other than the sexy fine, man, in the next couple podcasts, I'm going to get into the guys who are actually there, because there ain't that many sexy fine dudes around for y'all anyway. And I know a lot of y'all want to get that bag. Y'all want to be with that good man. But there's some issues there that many women are messing up on. So I'm going to get into that in my next podcast. Anyway, y'all have a great day now. Peace.